I copped it from you physically with your hand digging into my shoulders.
Mummy, bugs have families to
And you have to leave.
Like,
you're moving out.
You're
done. You're cut off. You should feel terrible.
I do feel terrible. Welcome to the Unhelpful Parenting Podcast,
where we share the real, the raw, and the ridiculousness of parenthood.
So if you're a mum who's been scared out of her mind at 1 o'clock in the morning by a child in her face,
or a gamer dad that just doesn't game anymore,
then you're in the right place. Welcome back, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
We survived another week.
Yes.
And so have you. You've made it back
so.
to the Unhelpful Parenting Podcast. I'm Beck.
I'm Sam.
And we're here to laugh together today. We've got quite a few laughs coming up, actually.
Maybe cry a little bit.
Maybe a tiny bit. We've got some great confessionals, as we do every week. And I know we say it every week, but they're funny.
You say it every week. I don't, because...
Sam's got his dad joke. That'll come up at some point.
Yes, it's only one.
Let me pre-roll my eyes.
Only one.
And then today I thought we could do a bit of, I haven't actually prepped Sam on this, but I just had a few parents tell me a few awful things their kids have said, and our kids have come out with some bangers lately. So I've put together a segment that we can call Unmotivational Quotes. It may get deep and meaningful, or it may get hilarious. Stick around to find out which.
And if they're bangers and you like them, we'll make them into purchasable items. Or t-shirts.
Yeah, I was just imagining, because I know what's coming in my head. I'm like, that would actually be hilarious to have some of these on t-shirts. So
I'll do it. Guaranteed. There you go. Done. Commitment. If you want one, message us.
All right. But before we get into any of that good stuff, we'll start with our other good stuff, our yays and nays for the last week.
Mm-hmm.
You can go first.
My yay this week, I'll do the yay and then the nay. My yay this week is just seeing the kiddies just develop their little personalities and stuff a bit more. Like just watching them become their own little peeps. It's kind of cute.
Was there anything in particular that made you?
It's funny watching them, how they react to being upset and how they calm down. Like,
they're all very different. I think every kid's a little bit different in what.
Like, yeah. The 3-year-old, you're actually able to get in his face and go, hey, you're okay. Calm down, listen. And he'll actually like stop and listen to you. Even if he's still crying, he'll still listen. Whereas the 5-year-old's like, it's like,
What's that?
I'm just gonna. Which brings me to my name.
Yeah.
When sometimes you just don't have the freaking patience to deal with their crap.
Oh, yeah. That was me at 1 o'clock this morning.
And all you want to... Oh, I copped it at 1 o'clock.
You copped it
I copped it from you physically with your hand digging into my shoulders.
I hit my wall.
You literally got me between, like, right there. And it was like...
We had one of the children in our bed who wasn't sleeping, and I hit my wall and was like, I cannot. I've already been up with the baby. Like, I was going on hours of no sleep, and it was just like, it's your turn to wake up. I
woke up. You're lucky my reflex isn't to be like back, and that we had a 3-year-old in between us crying. He was also annoying me and not wanting to go to sleep and wanting to go to his bed and then not wanting to go to his bed, and then... That's
what 1 o'clock in the morning was. That was why I woke you up, because it was cuddle me, like I need cuddles. I cuddle him, don't touch me, get off me. And then I get off and why aren't you cuddling me? And I was just back and forward. And I was like, you know what? I can't cuddle daddy.
Yeah, let me stab daddy awake and then you can cuddle him.
I didn't mean to like physically harm you.
Twice.
I mean, the second time's on you. If you don't wake up and make movement the first time, then it's coming a second time.
I think I was still in shock from the first time.
You are typically very hard to wake up. So it was just, I'm not messing around, wake up. Anyway, my yay has been hitting the 1 year mark.
I thought you were going to say hitting the 1 year old or something.
No.
We need to talk about this.
No, we don't do that.
Yay.
Hitting the 1 year mark. Our baby
As in
turns
the 1 year old.
He turns one this week. He's not one yet. He's still my baby.
For another day.
But I'm already noticing, like, in the last week or so, maybe 2 weeks, we're just having this significant change and shift of, like, leaving the baby season behind, in that he's just becoming a little less dependent and I'm just becoming a little more
independent.
Yeah. Getting a little bit of myself back and my life, like, just coming up for air a little bit from the newborn phase. So it's just really nice.
And also sad.
It's also sad. You don't want to wish your baby phase away, and we know he's our last, so it's like, oh, we're not going to.
The end of a season.
Although I did see a photo of a newborn this morning, someone's newborn, and I was very like, oh, they're so cute. But nothing in me was like, you were so worried just then. Nothing.
Oh, I saw a photo of a baby this morning. Uh-oh.
And it was just so confirming. I was like, nothing in me wants to go back and do that again. Like, I would love to hold and cuddle and return that baby. So, but my nay, we have a very empathetic child in our family.
We have an empath.
And she, so no guessing who, is also terrified of bugs. Typically, she will call me for any bug. She hates bugs. So she called me this week and was like, Mummy, she's on the toilet. Mummy, come help me. There's a bug. I see it's not really a bug. It was a moth. But I was like, oh, well, they eat our clothes anyway, so I'm going to squish it. So I went and got a shoe, squished it, and was like, see, you're fine. It's okay. I walk away. A minute later, she's still in the toilet. And I come back and I'm like, you okay? And she looks at me really sad. I can see she's on the ground, and I'd heard her as I walked up being like, it's okay. And as I walk up to her, I'm like, are you all right? And she turns to me, angry, sad looking. She says, Mummy, bugs have families.
They do. She's not lying. She's not wrong. You just murdered a bug person.
It's like you would, like,
a bug
2
member.
minutes ago, like, just you were freaking out. You wanted me to kill this thing, and now you're like looking at me like I've murdered someone.
She didn't want you to kill it. She just wanted you to remove it from the situation.
Lord help us
instead,
when she discovers where chicken nuggets actually come from.
You just made a moth family, one person less.
I'm typically an empathetic person, but no, you can't make me feel bad for killing a moth or a bug.
I did a really, really baby cockroach.
Was she sad about that?
No.
Yeah, see, hit and miss. But that day, she was just really feeling.
Was that the feelings day?
Probably. We had a lot of big feelings that day. I think she needed to sleep. But anyway.
Like her mummy.
Last week, you got extra dad jokes. So this week, I'm getting an extra nay.
Hey, whoa. Why are you up like the negative?
I'm struggling this week. So, like, and the nay is not even that I only got 3 hours of sleep, really broken sleep last night. The nay is I'm feeling really bad for our third child. Coming up to his birthday.
You should. I know exactly what you're talking about. And you should feel terrible.
I do feel terrible. So his birthday party so far
is a save the date.
It's a save the date, and it's like 3 or 4 days away.
It's a day away.
Well, his actual birthday's a day away. The weekend and the save the date.
Saturday.
Yeah, it's a few days away. The first child had a fully themed birthday, like I think easily 50 people there.
I'm pretty sure the save the day went out like 3 months out.
It was a big thing. The second one, it wasn't that big. It was mostly family, but he got all the themed food, all of the everything. This one so far got to save the date, and I feel so bad.
no location, no time.
In my head, I'm like, I can text everyone and make a cake on Friday to see who comes. He won't know, and that's what everyone I've like been like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's this last minute.
He'll know because all you have to do is look through photo
I'll
albums,
still make him his cake.
aka online Google Photos.
I'll still make him
And there
a cake.
is full professional photos of the first birthday. Good phone photos of the second birthday with everyone and all the food and all the things. The third birthday, look, if he's lucky this rate, he might get a photo.
Maybe this is why, like, I know as eldest children, we actually think the babies were spoiled. Like, we look at our youngest siblings and we're like, you've got it so easy. I think it's like the flip side of once you've made it out of this baby phase where it's like survival and haven't taken photos and birthday parties suck and all those sorts of things. It's like, we got to make up for that. We got to.
Or it's just the fact that you're an anal parent with your first child, and by the third child, you're like, it's not going to kill you.
Oh, anyway, so I needed that extra nay because I feel like I had to self-confess that. I maybe should have saved that for the confessional.
Should have saved that for the confessional.
Self-confession. Oh, my poor child. I do love him a lot. You just couldn't tell from the birthday parties. Anyway, rescue me from this shame. And what is...
You'd never know she was an event planner. Like back in the heyday, would you?
I'm not doing it now.
What planning?
All right.
Look, I'm not saying I'm attractive, but when I take my clothes off in the bathroom, I turn the shower on.
All right. I'll pay that.
I could have gone further.
Yeah.
No. All right, confessional time.
Right, we have some great stories in the confessional today. The first one is from a new mum. She sent this in. I'm recently a new mum. At my baby shower, I got a lot of gifts, and one was what I thought was a really nice, stripy, stretchy skirt to wear when the baby is born. Turns out it is a capsule car seat cover. I mean, I've got one of those, and I will admit the first time I saw it, we never used it because we never had a capsule car seat, but I got one. It's like that stretchy material. And
like your skirts?
Like, I do have skirts that are made out of that material, and maternity skirts too are quite often because they stretch up over your belly. So I can see why you'd pull it out and be like, oh, it's a skirt. Imagine seeing someone wear your gift and being like, that's not a skirt.
You just let it be. Unless it's really awkward.
I'd love to know how she found out it was a car seat cover, like whether she did wear it somewhere and that was like
Unless it's awkwardly shaped.
Yeah, and probably, I don't know, well, the stretchy material, you never know.
Our kids used to fight physically a lot, but as they got older, it phased out and we thought we were doing really well teaching them to be kind and teaching them to love each other. Turns out it's just changed as they've gotten older. I recently heard the older one bribing the others, offering them $20 to stop being their sibling.
Oh, I love these. Thank you to the more experienced parents for sending in your stories because
it makes Beck feel better.
It makes me feel so much better. It does scare me a little bit as to like what's coming in life, but it does make me feel.
Well, if Mackenzie's anything like you, that's going to be
That's hilarious. I'll give you $20 to stop being my sibling. I wonder what the thought process was, like what they thought would happen. Is that like, I'll give you $20 and you have to like leave? Like,
you're moving out.
You're like,
you're done. You're cut off.
That's hilarious. Oh, you really want your kids to be friends too. So that's like going from the highs of, yes, they're not punching each other and hitting each other and we're doing great, to hearing that and being like, whoa, it's a bit humbling. All right, well, back to toddler years then. My toddler pulls on my clothes wherever we go. Oh my gosh, I know that feeling so well. A couple of months ago, we were at the bank having a meeting with a bank manager and his trainee. My son wanted my attention and yanked on my shirt, pulling my top almost to my stomach, causing my boob to completely pop out. There was no way they didn't just see me topless, and the next time I visited, they greeted me as I walked in by name. They haven't forgotten who you are.
Or what you look like.
They know exactly. Oh, yep, there's so-and-so. Their favourite customer.
Kids.
Boys. I think that's a boy thing because I never had that. Like the 5-year-old Mackenzie, she never pulled on my clothes, tugged on my clothes. But our boys, they cling. I went to a real estate inspection just looking at a house the other week, and I stopped holding his hand and literally, like, I haven't taught him this. It's actually quite handy. He held onto my back pocket and walked around the house just like I just dragged him along. And there was another mum. She's like, wow, that looks really handy. And I was like, right now, yes. At home, walking around the house, in the kitchen, not really. It's not a turn on and off trick, unfortunately.
Yes. My dad is severely allergic to nuts. My mum let him know she was in labour with me 8 weeks early. He rushed to be there and grabbed a chocolate bar from the vending machine to eat on the way. He ended up in the ICU at the other end of the hospital to the NICU where I was born. My poor mum.
I think that was a comment. We got sent that one in off the back of last week's where the dad fell backwards down the stairs when he found out she was in labour. Oh my gosh. This is even worse because that's like life-threatening. It's not just, well, I guess falling down the stairs backwards is life-threatening too, but there's a big difference between, oh, they need some stitches and, oh, I'm giving birth and my husband is in ICU right now. Like
having a severe allergic reaction to a nut.
Oh my gosh. That poor, that's an episode of Grey's Anatomy right there.
That's adrenaline blocking your
well, thank you
brain.
Everyone for sending in your stories. We love this.
That's good ones.
That
was good ones.
That was good English. We love these stories. Like when we started the podcast, we were like, oh, we'll do this like as a regular occurring kind of segment, but now it's like a staple.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. So keep sending in your stories because to keep it a thing, we need to keep getting the stories. So just send us your fails, even the funny stuff like bugs have families. Like that is, send that to us. Stuff like that's hilarious as well. The funny things your kids say. On the funny things your kids say, I have had quite a few parents send me the, oh my gosh, my kid just said this to me things. So I have collated the last few that have come through. And you are going to cue the track. We're going to have a beautiful motivational segment where we can one after another read these unmotivational quotes and have a moment together.
Okay.
All right. Girl, 4 years old. You are ruining my life.
Boy, 3 years old. I don't like you.
Girl, 5 years old. Fine, I'll have no family then. No mum or dad.
That wasn't very motivational. Boy, 2 years old. You're so big.
Girl, 4 years old. You're breaking my heart and making my heart sad.
Boy, 6 years old. One day when I'm old like you, I'll do that.
Girl, 4 years old. If you make healthier choices, you might not be so fat and tired.
Boy, 3. I don't like you. I want my nana.
And that is how cruel children can be. Oh, to the fruit of my womb. 2 of those were ours, at least.
Yeah.
And that brought me into, and this is a little bit more motivational and less deep and meaningful. I had the thought this week. I've been thinking about it a lot as a parent coming into the age where your children can actually critique your parenting. And I just had this moment of, I keep trying to be a perfect parent, but you are meant to fail as a parent.
Yes.
There is no such thing as a perfect parent.
No.
And I think your attitude towards failure is incredibly important because you are modeling to your kids how they have to handle that. So I think if you readjust your thinking to being like, actually, I stuffed up. I had a bad mum moment. I yelled at the kids. I got angry at 1 o'clock in the morning because they wouldn't leave me alone and let me sleep.
Punch my husband.
This is escalating. I did not punch you.
Beat me. Kicked me.
Oh my gosh. I didn't
Ended up
do
in
that.
ICU. Just, terrible.
But what we're doing when we do like stuff up, we're modeling to them how to handle it later in life. So instead of raising these little people that eventually become defensive, I can't do anything wrong.
Like everyone on social media.
Don't get me started on the comments this week. But it's, we model how to apologize and how to admit we were wrong. And
We have to talk to them about it.
That was the closest thing you'll get to helpful and deep and meaningful here is, yes, we all stuff up. Our kids are all critical of us. Oh my gosh, some of those are brutal. Like, you're ruining my life. That actually came through as a video. Someone sent me a video of their kid being like, you're ruining my life. Like 4 years old, not a teenager. Like all this stuff I expected as teenagers, but oh boy.
They're 4 going on 14.
Yeah. Oh, so if you're a parent who sent one of these in, or you're a parent who have had one of these comments this week from a 3-year-old or a 13-year-old, just know that you are doing a great job. Even if you've stuffed up a few times, even if you've done a few questionable things, like some of the parents in the confessionals, you're not the only one. You're meant to fail. It's a part of life.
You forgot your 3rd child's birthday.
I haven't forgotten. I'm just severely behind.
I feel like
I'm sorry, what have you done for his birthday? I'm really surprised you're like rubbing this in when you have not been helpful whatsoever.
I didn't realize you'd done nothing until I asked what the plan was and you were like, and I was like, where is it?
This is so stereotypical dad. You're not doing the dads any favours here.
Just go along with the ride.
All right, you had something you wanted to bring today too.
Did I?
Yep.
I thought we'd do a quick speed round of Would You Rather. Parenting edition. So I've got 9 questions.
All right.
Would you rather deal with your child having lice or your child having gastro?
That's a lot of washing either way. And you're at risk either way. Oh, I don't know. I almost feel like gastro because at least that's just got an end. Like, I don't know. Well, we haven't done the lice thing. Like, we haven't had to do that yet.
Like lice is way easier.
It's itchy and it's like...
Yeah, it's itchy. It's not everywhere.
But gastro is like 3 days and it's done. Lice can go on on and
it's
on.
Not guaranteed to be.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh,
No.
That's tricky.
I'd take lice any day.
That's because you can just shave your head. Like,
I'll shave your head too.
Do you know
I'm not dealing with...
do you know the nightmare of brushing our 5-year-old's hair?
I'm not dealing with bodily fluids more than I have to.
Oh, I
Especially
don't know.
when they should be solid and is liquid.
Oh, I'm feeling itchy though. Like, we're talking about this right now. I'm not feeling sick, but I'm feeling itchy. Like,
anyway. So, answer.
I choose gastro. I'm sorry, there's an end date. I can hunker down, like,
No.
just stay home for 3 days and then we're better. Lice can be just ongoing nightmare.
3 days.
I don't know. I wouldn't want gastro either.
Well, you just picked it, so...
Not signing up for that either. I'd prefer neither.
Guess what? When next time you get gastro, I'll be like, at least it's not lice. That'll make you feel better. Anyway, would you rather clean a diaper blowout at 35,000 feet or have your child vomit in the car on the freeway?
I mean...
Does that mean change a nappy on the plane?
Yeah. I feel like I'd rather change a nappy on the plane.
Yeah.
Planes have change tables. Like, they're
and
tiny
everyone
and
else can
annoying
stink out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, duh.
And cleaning up
I don't
vomit
want to vomit in the car.
Ooh.
That's gross.
Yeah, no, we're in agreement on this one.
Would you rather go grocery shopping with a tired, whiny kid or go to Target with a hungry, cranky kid?
They're both pretty much of a muchness.
Well, grocery shopping or clothes shopping is also another thing.
Probably groceries. I'm not good at shopping either way, but groceries
That's true.
is
You
less...
are not a good shopping companion.
Yeah, groceries is less ambiguous. Like, you do know what you're going in to get and getting out, whereas clothes is a bit like, oh, let's see if we can find it and wonder where it is. Like, groceries, you can just in and out. Groceries. I pick groceries.
She says that.
Again, I would pick neither.
In and out.
This isn't me signing up for please send me shopping with a
In and out. I'm just going to go pick a few things 30 minutes later. Would you rather find a month's old sippy cup filled with milk or find a faucet that's been on all day? Oh, a tap. Okay.
Well, we've done the sippy cup thing and that was okay. So we'll probably take that.
The sippy cup just goes in the bin.
Yeah, literally. It's like, oh, that is green and chunky and straight in the bin.
Yeah. And much cheaper than a tap.
Oh,
running all day bill
yeah.
/ could be flooding / could be anything.
Insurance, everything, yeah. No.
Would you rather clean up grape juice from the carpet or clean permanent marker off the walls?
Probably the walls. I feel like I know.
Permanent marker off the walls?
I think so. Like, I'm pretty sure like hand sanitizer would be my first go-to.
I'd rather carpet because you can just get a deep clean and you're done.
No, because then you've got to go get like you have to pay money to get a machine and blah blah blah. Like
just buy one.
And it can go moldy and stinky. It depends what else is in the carpet.
To be honest, if you're renting, you don't want to know. Would you rather scrub the crusty mac and cheese pot after dinner or put sugared up kids to bed?
Oh, I'd scrub the pot, hands down.
Yeah, actually.
Hands down. That pot's not going to take half as long as putting the kids to bed.
Speaking of not having patience. Would you rather step on Lego or be headbutted by a toddler?
I'll take the headbutting.
I hate headbutting. That is like one.
I hate it too, but
I don't know why, but it just sends me. I don't know why.
So you'd rather step on Lego?
100%.
Oh, ouch. Nah.
Yep.
I feel like the headbutt is like that's a like jolt.
It's a commitment to my love of Lego.
Lego is like sharp pain in the feet.
Yep. I would rather take sharp pain than
all yours.
Whatever the headbutt feeling is. I still don't know what the feeling is. I hate it.
Some deep-seated trauma that we are not going to unpack right now.
Not trauma. Anyway. Would you rather get a wiggly kid into a snowsuit or apply sunscreen to a squirmy kid?
I'm a pro at the sunscreen to squirmy kids, so probably that. You'd pick, I know what you'd pick though. You'd pick the snowsuit. You hate sunscreen.
I do.
Sam.
Too freaking slimy,
to the point,
oily, disgusting.
I'm throwing you under the bus right now. You get me to put your sunscreen on when I'm putting the kid's sunscreen on. He'll like come over and put his arms out and be like, can you do mine?
Once the kids
so that he doesn't have to get it on his precious little hands.
Once the kids are all done. Once the kids are all done. Cracks open the adult sunscreen.
To do my own sunscreen. Oh, you're lucky. I love you.
Has it failed me yet? No. Anyway, would you rather get up at 5 a.m. with an energetic kid or stay up until 2 a.m. with a hyperactive kid?
5 a.m. Oh, 5 a.m. I already do the 5 a.m. 2 a.m. like
that sucks.
That's a long time, and
because you're going to be up at 5 a.m. anyway. So
yeah,
let's be real.
Because you would have at least by 9 p.m. have started trying to get the kid to bed. So that's what 5+ hours of
everything
trying to get the kid to bed. No, I'd be
everything.
I'd be beside myself. Is that the last one?
That's it. The end. Super speed round. That wasn't super speedy, but.
That's great. So what are we signing you up for? Apparently I've signed up to have gastro and you're signing up for...
I'll step on some Lego. We have to own some. We're going to go buy some. So
I see what you did there. All right. Well, next week...
I volunteer as tribute.
Next week I'm going to put it out on socials, but also for you listening, do it right now. Pop it in the comments. Send us your helpful hacks. I want to bring back the helpful hacks. Last week we were talking about like interesting facts and an internet rabbit hole that I went down, and really interesting stuff. Actually, go back and listen to it if you haven't yet. But one of the things that popped up was like juice boxes have like the side tabs. If you pull them out, they become handles. And so when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's right. We should do helpful. We haven't done helpful hacks in a while. So if you've got helpful hacks, just the little tiny things, not like behavioral support, and unless it's like super interesting or a little bit funny, send that in. But like just the little things you do that make parenting easier. I can't, off the top of my head, I can't super remember
We
the
don't
last
want.
ones.
We don't want to know if you don't discipline your kids or stuff. Like that's not helpful.
No, but more like we had the like using oats to fill up the cereal bowl so that you're not spending half your grocery budget on cereal because oats are super cheap.
Throwing out oats instead.
Which are super cheap and easy to do. Yeah, food hacks, things like that. Send them in. Well, yeah, be a little bit helpful for a change.
Do hack things.
Yeah, be a little bit helpful on
Hack
the
at it.
Unhelpful Parenting Podcast. So send us that. Send us your funny stories still. If your kids say something funny, send that too. I am collating for another From the Mouth of Babes segment. Collating as people send stuff in. I'm just squirreling it away into a note and getting it ready because I love those episodes. So we will have one come up soon. But next week is helpful hacks. Send us your helpful hacks. Send us your confessions. Share this. Okay, we have had a really interesting week, especially on YouTube. Mums, if you're listening, just
Go
share
and read
this.
the comments.
No, don't, because there's like I've left them there because the more people comment, the more people actually see the episodes and see the videos. So I'm like, you know what? You can be hating on me right now, but you're actually making more people see it. So thank you. And also, I'm quite secure in myself. So apparently I shouldn't be speaking because I'm a woman.
No.
That
so
was a
shush.
very common theme. Apologies.
All right, that's it. Enough for you.
But I just feel like we don't really care. But it helps us if we can see the other side of it. Share this if you like it. Send it in your mum's groups, in your dad's groups. And
it's one of the
spread
few
the
times
loves.
I'll be like, bring on the feminism comments.
Go get them. No.
Go get them.
But
Because men, some dudes.
All that just to say, make sure you're showing us the love. Send this around. Like the video. That actually also really helps if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Spotify, you can rate it. Apple, you can review it. Wherever you are, just show it some love. We love you guys. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Peace out.